Hello, I'm Janie Webb, and tonight I want to discuss the educational thinker of Noah Webster. For the last 3 weeks, we've been studying educational thinkers as far back as Aristotle and Plato, and we've gone all the way to modernism now with existentialism, but I thought it would be interesting to look at the life of Noah Webster. Noah Webster was born in 1758, and he died in 1843. He was the fourth of 5 children of Noah and Mercy Webster. As a young child, he was very interested in learning, and his parents decided to send him to Yale at the age of 16. After he graduated from Yale University, he became a school teacher for 10 years. He had a long and productive life. He was influenced greatly by Benjamin Rush and pursued medical writings with him. He and Benjamin Rush published the Medical Repository, one of America's first medical journals. His interest in medicine waned, though, as he pursued his linguistic passions. He wrote prolifically on medicine, politics, history, and religion. He had a very productive life. I'd like to talk about his educational ideas. Noah Webster began to question the practice of teaching children from British texts, which reflected the political thought of the day. Webster was said to have said, "America must be as independent in literature as she is in politics, as famous for art as for arms," and he set out to attempt this creed. He published a grammatical institute of the English language with 3 parts: the speller, the grammar, and the reader, attempting to banish English and other foreign words from American use and to synthesize the new language of the growing nation. He studied language for 48 years. 28 of them were devoted to writing an American dictionary of the English language in 1783. The second thing that formed his educational ideas was that he favored the idea of public education, and he thought this would protect the liberty and freedom of property owners and protect the freedom of the new nation. He was deeply concerned that the masses of poor, ignorant people would not be worthy to select people that were proper to rule. At the time, schools were poorly equipped, and in many states there was no free education for the poor. Grammar was taught pitifully by incompetent teachers. Colleges were even worse, with no equipment or books, and college students often busied themselves in the local taverns. Thirdly, Webster spelled out his educational aims in his spellers, that American children needed to be taught to love and to cherish its emerging language. He planted these nationalistic themes in his readers. He wrote the McGuffey Readers, which included a variety of subjects, and he often thought of himself as the schoolmaster of the nation. He believed strongly that textbooks should be strong and appropriate for the age of the student. Noah Webster has made a great impact on the language and the education of our nation. Just to review, he wrote 3 very important texts that made a strong educational impact. He wrote the Grammatical Institute of the English Language with its 3 parts: the speller, the grammar, and the reader. He also wrote the first dictionary, an American dictionary of the English language. And he also wrote the McGuffey Readers, which included many subjects that he felt were worthy of study. We would do well to imitate Noah Webster, especially his belief that we should have strong and appropriate textbooks that are appropriate to the age of the student. Being in public education, this is one area that I realize that we do not have nowadays. We do not have strong textbooks. I really enjoyed studying Noah Webster, and I believe that by imitating him, our education would have a stronger and more linguistic background. Thank you.